Get hopping into this Dust 2 matchup right about now as the game is live and in charge. And
Yeah,
there we are.
looking forward to it. We got a lot of action here to cover today, obviously. RMR underway, and already Zevi starting things off here for the paiN Gaming camp, ready to work up the catwalk, but they're getting flanked as well in underpass. There's still Pro Show. He's got a little answer back, and now things can get a bit interesting in this 4-on-4. Zevi's still covering mid, though, at the moment.
A little bit of a lull now in this 4v4, but options still available for Redragon towards the A side, especially with that player out towards long doors. The dual Berettas in the hands of FP1 too. Big U has a lot of work to do back on ramp, and PKL's going to join him. This could lead to a sandwich, but up towards Gandalf. That's a nice headshot from PKL. They know where the next player is too, but in comes Brunzik coming through long doors, snagging him in the back. Big U strikes for one, but Brunzik is still picking up more players coming through. FP1 has come up through catwalk and taken down the lone site holder, leaving it all down to Hardzao in a very hard situation, rotating up through catwalk. No kit on him either, has the smoke in hand. There should be a kit down somewhere in the vicinity as well, but time is going to become a factor, and Brunzik's in a really good spot to shut this down from long plat. And Hardzao misses that first opportunity he needed to connect. Has a second time of asking, and a third multiple times. It's 3 HP on FP1. And now he's done, but it's all down to the 1v1 now. Bomb planted for the player out long. No kit in the smoke. And not much time left either for good old Hardzao. It's looking like Redragon going to pick up this pistol round.
Yeah, no time for Hardzao. He's going to go down with the ship, it seems, and a great round right there from Brunzik. You got to give him so much credit for that pincer up long. Perfectly timed, was just able to avoid PKL, who was looking to be shutting down that catwalk attack, but he just nailed the timing on that long lurk and really saved the day, bailed Redragon out of that struggled start of the round. Of course, though, it's a Dust 2, so we're going to get as many scouts as possible in the mix here for the second round here, and Zevi going to be wielding that. It's interesting to see. paiN Gaming, they've gotten rid of a couple of their players, Nekaz and Nithon, no longer rocking in this roster. They picked up Zevi and Skulls. We'll have to see how that works for them so far. Zevi, off to a struggled start.
At least it didn't go down all the way. He had the armor, so he's not dead just yet. I'm also surprised that paiN didn't go for a couple of scouts here. A lot of times you'll see teams go for 2 or 3 scouts in these kind of a 4 spies. And they only got one of those on Zevi, who's peeking out wide into the open. Does hit the shot at a Pro Show, actually. Nice one through the box, but he's tagged down very low in FP1 despite being heavily damaged. Will strike. Nice shot from Zevi. Tags a second now. Starting to heat up a little bit more, but FTX and Brunzik taking down those last 2 players. Zevi back all the way to catwalk box, and he is down to 4 HP, retreating further and further back, and Hardzao and him should probably be saving out of this round, despite the damage done onto 3 of the 4 players remaining for Redragon. One in the red, one just above 30 or just below 30 HP, but still, they don't have the health on Zevi, they don't have the utility, they don't have the kit, they don't really have a chance.
Yeah, you gotta call this one off, right? Zevi did a lot of damage here, actually, with the scout, so having that in his hands for the next round is going to be extremely valuable if he can have that same sort of impact, at least in terms of scaring them off. Honestly, it looked like they were going to get off to a pretty good start, right? Did the damage, landed a couple scout shots. I just don't think they were able to deal with the firepower. Redragon bringing in a lot of AKs and Galils into the mix did not help at all with just the pistols that paiN Gaming were dealing with. And off to a very important, crucial start here for Redragon as they close out that anti-force buy. Now they should be able to get off to that 3-0 start.
Unless the Deagle, the Scout, and the MP9 can do some damage, either way, I do like that buy from Redragon to go so heavy on the rifles. Really establish that firepower advantage, because you never know. It is Dust 2. You might have 2, 3, 4 scouts up against you because teams seem very prone to do that these days. So, well decided by Redragon, taking that range advantage, the firepower. And now they should be able to get themselves that 3-0. It's just minimize the casualties, and that's a nice start from Pro Show. Zevi can't do anything in this round. Barely a pixel of the head showing through that door. PKL picks up the scout now, but FP1 with the best gun possible to shut him down. Running and gunning. Headshot while blind, and PKL's gone. This is a nice mop-up operation so far from Redragon.
You'd love to see that setup right there. Diving in, though. Oh, my God. FP1 going to grab himself a couple of kills. Hardzao now left. Last man standing. Holding steady with that scout. Looking for some more impact. His Pro Show and finishes the job with the Glock. But still, I mean, the setups there, Redragon coming in firing on all cylinders at the moment. Playing quite nicely. But here's that first buy. Here's going to be the test. So I think he's going to be wielding that AWP, and I think Procho might just stick to his scout. It's been working well for him so far. He's up against some heavier firepower. But as long as he hits those headshots, he'll be in a good state.
That's the thing, though. He's got to hit the headshots. Did it last round, though, and if he wins the scout duel against the op of Zevi, that's just going to be disastrous for paiN in this start here. Playing in the South American qualifier. I believe last time they went through the North American qualifiers. So, little bit of a dichotomy there. And I do like the mid-control being pushed so far by Redragon in the early going. And there goes the scout into a Galil. And what appears to be a B take, although the bomb is holding the lurk through long doors. This is a risky move here. If somebody was able to take down that bomb, it throws Redragon into chaos this early into the round. Utility now starting to flood out through middle, a mid-B split on the cards perhaps, maybe even a cat play. A lot of impetus here on the mid angles. Now they're going to start to march up catwalk. Zevi's in the... I think he's in the... No, he fell off. I think he was on the catwalk spot. That's a missed Molotov, though.
Ooh.
But buy some time for paiN.
Yeah, that's huge, right? That's just a molly that they're going to have to rethrow as well. That's fantastic. For the side of paiN Gaming, ready for the Scoutwalk play as well. You got your Opera in prime position at the moment on side of the ramp. So they're looking good. There's just not enough players here, really. A long rotate in for Bigu. He's going to come in a bit late, so all the pressure right now on Zevi's shoulder. But off that flashbang, a couple of spammed bullets that might give further information. But paiN Gaming showing no signs of falling off this angle.
Look at the time. 30 seconds. They have to go. That's a good high flashbang, though. Zevi exposed on top of Big Box. Still has the first and through the Molotov. Goes forward to notch a second on the belt. Has a third lined up as well as Procho walks into the crosshair. And they cannot get by Zevi. The new addition to paiN Gaming is bringing the pain here. Misses one here, but Skulls has come through as well. It's the new kids on the block combining for all five. Zevi with the quad and paiN Gaming on the round with a good first strike. And Redragon a little bit of a question being raised in my mind after that round. First, missed Molotov. Second, telegraph take on cat with enough time to fall off. Third, only one flashbang to blind the Opera on sight?
Yeah, and honestly, I was a bit questionable about how Zevi was playing that and how the rotations weren't just coming from paiN Gaming, but Zevi set himself up so well to defend that catwalk and really played it perfect. Playing that dodge flash angle, I mean, everything alongside the smoke that he threw to give himself that extra coverage. Fantastic work from him. And that's a very, very exciting prospect early on for paiN Gaming. I think this is both you and I's first cast with them bringing in these new players. And the fact that Zevi's showing up on the first gun round with his AWP in hand is so, so promising.
Yeah, because it was a questionable change in our minds. We were both like, why are you getting rid of Nithon and Nekiz? Things looked good for paiN, especially them qualifying through a lot of the North American qualifiers and playing well in ECL. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Zevi so far here in the early go, and it's definitely a good sign for paiN. And, well, if this continues and he can continue this level of play, they might have really found a great replacement for Safe in that case.
I have to agree with you. Oh, Bigu. Able to turn his attention just in time for that catwalk pincer to be shut down. PKL going to shut down one as well. The cross smoke comes in a little bit too late, but this time Zevi not so fortunate to find multiples. He'll be limited to 0 right now, and it's going to be all on PKL to really offer up this site defense. He finds himself another, puts things into a 2-on-4, but a workable one. Procho building that AWP from Carr can do a lot of work, and now on the site, you see Burnzik has to fight his way out of this position. It was locked in. Procho tries to offer up coverage, but no luck there. He's getting flanked in as well, so Hard Zal to finish the job and put paiN Gaming back onto 2, shut down like Redragon early on.
That's going to be good for the economy on paiN too. Only losing 3 players is going to give them quite a bit more overall. And as the bomb did come down for Redragon, they're going to have one last buy in theory. They could also go for a half here and offer up a very strong buy going to round number 7. And the half buy wouldn't be a bad idea here, and I think that's actually what they're opting to go for. They don't want to go all in here. They don't see a reason to, and it's a wise economic decision. They can have a very strong buy going to the next, at least a Hero AK here, a couple of Tech 9s, maybe a Deagle or 2. Procho going a little more hefty now, but they should still have enough for the op in the next round too, and that's what they want. They want Procho on the big green gun. and do what damage they can with the pistols, maybe get the bomb down again. But this is a round they don't really feel confident going for the force, and given the fact they already have 3 rounds, might as well just go all in on round 7.
Yeah, I have to agree. Right, you can try and do a little bit of economic damage, but there's no pressure, right? You're still holding on to the winning scoreline here. Zeffy gets taken down with the pistol, and a quick trade comes through from Burnsick. That's a beautiful start right there for Redragon. This wasn't supposed to be a round that we're really supposed to win, but they have just made a convincing case. Now moving up towards middle as well. Burnsick nails another headshot. Now desperation plays coming through the smoke. PKL gonna get caught by the P250. He does find one, but this is just too tall of a task. Skulls and a 1-on-3. With all the utility that they have left on Redragon, he's not even making his way through CT spawn yet. I think he's calling this one off.
He's got to. I mean, it's a B-site retake 1v3. What are the odds you win that? Maybe 2%? Twice out of 100 tries? It's not an easy site to 1v3. And just that opening kill by the P250, the trade coming through as well. It was such a well-executed mid-play by the players on Redragon, especially considering what weapons they had in hand. Would you try that play if you had some guns, like you had full AKs and an op? Probably not. But given what they had, that was the ideal scenario to work with. They keep 3 players alive, get a free Dragon lore out of it too. They're going to be a very happy team going into this next round. And paiN, after having a good couple of rounds in a row, are now going to be having to break the bank to get a full buy up here. PKL is going to have to buy the op over for Zevy. Utility might be a little sparing on a couple of players as well. Yeah, sparse over on PKL, little light on Zevy as well, and a timeout being called. I'm going to guess that this is a tactical by paiN, which would be a good call considering Redragon are kind of getting the best of them right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a round that you can't really afford to drop, to be honest with you, right? You want to make sure you're closing those ones out. It's a best of 1. So losing to those half buys is definitely going to apply a lot of pressure on these paiN gaming players. Forced to, try and go into this buy, but you drop this gun round and you're going to be staring down a pretty scary first half. 3 Dragons with a hefty lead right now. You can still avoid that. They can utilize this pause, really bring in some energy into this next round. Zevy, he got off to such a strong start. That first gun round, it looked so fiery. So good. And then right there, he just gets double dinked by a P250. So have to level your heads here just a little bit.
Yeah, don't lose your cool if you're paiN. It's still early on in the half. It's still salvageable. You can win this half, theoretically, 11-4. Is that likely? Not really. But you can still get a good half out of this is where I'm going with that. And for paiN, maybe they should mix it up a little bit. Put the op out A long. Put 2 rifles in towards mid to handle the push out through mid if they want to go for a B split. Or even just let the op solo in through tunnels and play a 3-1-1 that way. I think paiN's been playing a little static in their positioning so far, and Redragon are really figuring that out in the early going, and they haven't really been surprised by much paiN have done. The 2 rounds paiN have won were off of the back of good individual performances. Zevy on that first round with the op, and then PKL out towards elevator and in limbo towards bottom A site in the second round they won.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Playing a little bit stagnant. And I will say, I got to give credit to Redragon. The way that they're taking map control right now is extremely systematic. We are not heading in towards long, but blinded up really well. Forced off the angle there. No luck in getting out towards Blueman or anything like that. So paiN Gaming taking that map control towards long, prioritizing that. Go back to wielding that AK, though, shortly after. Struggling to get that long pick. Look at this B setup that they've got going on right now. Hardzao doesn't have a lot of teammates here, and he's playing very close by this tunnel side. Everyone else joining forces here. Some fluidity in the CT defense, as you can see, the rotations all throughout the map.
Zevy a little bit in limbo, running around the A site, not able to really have a consistently comfortable position. And paiN are spreading out into a 2-1-2. One in towards middle is going to be Big Azetta. Skulls in towards pit A long, but he's not going to be tested here. So it looks to be another cat prowl from Redragon. They've liked this cat play before, and this is where Zevy got the first round on the board for paiN with that 4K. He's going to be in a good spot to try it again. The utility coming in that nade don't think was necessarily thrown the right direction, but that's nice from Skulls, nailing one and then bodying the next. And the Cat players haven't even really been able to come through that smoke buys time. The nade does a bunch of damage. And the op from Zevi still here on the site. Bigger to back him up from ramp. Skulls has long on lockdown. And there's nowhere for Redragon to go. I say that, but Zevi gets demolished on the initial engagement. But Big U stabilizes a big name over on paiN. Time's in the red, as is the health. And the round goes the way of paiN. It Skulls with the 3-piece. paiN do get back into the win column. And it was a strong round, but again, winning off of individual performance and not necessarily off of reading the gameplay outright from Redragon.
Yeah, it did come down to a lot of great utility usage coming through from Skulls. So that perfect smoke going in towards long to force him to walk right through, and the flashbang that set them up for the 2-piece to deny that trade potential was there as well. So really good individuals showing up for paiN Gaming. That's kind of what we expect. But again, Skulls, a new face to paiN. We weren't sure how he's going to fare on this roster. He's doing quite nice as well. I mean, these 2 new guns have won them pretty much around a piece so far.
Yeah. That's good return on investment, at least early on.
Oh, yeah. All 5 in B, though. That's where they're going to head. Minute 15 on the clock. They actually detour towards lower tons, and I'm really interested to see what they have in mind here. They're going to get jump spotted soon by a Big U.
This round should have a little less teeth than that half buy that Redragon won a couple of rounds ago. The Hero AK, a couple of players on armor, 2 digs, 2 clocks, but a B run going to come through here from the T side. No flashes, though, to go through the roof. And the Molotov from Hardzow is going to be retracted. It's the A1S spray down. PKL's there to help him out. Does go down, but that's a relatively clean anti-half buy round coming through from paiN as they'll tie things up at 4 apiece. A strong round from the B holders, and they don't let this one slip away from them this time. The buy is going to be back in the hands of Redragon. The op back for Pro Show. I want to see him start to take some aggressive angles. He had some good early successes. Maybe drop him down through suicide. Maybe have him go out through a flash play towards long. Get that op activated again. Getting you that opening pick and opening up some space across the map.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of spawn-based plays so far from Redragon to grab early map control, utilize that op, and here's a different approach towards B. He's doing exactly what you were hoping he would. He catches the likes of Hardzow off guard. That's a big pick as well. They don't really go off of the back of that. There's no real need to either. Right? You got a minute 30 left on the clock and a 4-on-5. Likelihood of some further CT aggression is definitely there. So we'll see them kind of default out, play the patient game for here and now. But at the moment, all 5 players lining up for a B execute. They seem pretty committed to this at this point.
PKL's dancing with the devil right now, trying to peek into that op without over peeking. He's in a very dangerous spot. One good flashbang could also ruin his day. One good op shot from Pro Show could do the very same. Zevi's in a bit of a fast rotation position, and he's going to come through, smoke off the tunnels, but I don't think that's going to really ward off Redragon. They've seemed content to wait out these utility pieces from the CT side and then work on their takes a little bit later. And they also
just got a molly, though.
They do. That is a good point, but I don't think Redragon know that yet. And if they buy too much time, they're going to get screwed.
Yeah, that's it. Just it right there. That molly could be the game changer. If he throws it out at the right time, it's just gone down, and that's going to cut them off.
It's a good
isolator. The first and a second. That's incredible. Even the third now. He's doing it again. One more right around the corner. He's on for the ace. Surely not another round from Zevi. He just wants to push. He wants to take down FP1. He's been limited to 4, but now he's hungry for 5. I don't think FP1 will give it to him, though. He's on the prowl. Look at this guy. He's chasing him down. He's going to catch him in the back as well. No escape. And that could have been after time. I'm not sure.
It was before.
Okay.
That would have been bad if it was after. Also, there's a player we haven't really called the name on for Redragon just yet. Souza.
Oh. Narrowly avoiding the bond.
Yeah, need him to show up for Redragon. because this one's still close, but paiN are starting to take control of this one very quickly. And the information's already gained. Zevy's going to push up Catwalk a little bit, drop the molly, and then post up for him. And he seems to be dialing in again. He's got a 4K and an ace so far. 9 kills out of 2 rounds. It's some very good efficiency. And he'll start this round off nicely with a lot of nade damage too. They're stuck on Cat. This should be a 6-4.
Yeah, no doubt about it, right? Not a lot that you can do. Said this once before, but there's not a lot of teeth to this buy. They're going to make the right catwalk at the moment, hoping for a chance, but Big U off the flashbang is just going to mow them all down. Pro Show finally puts it into things, but you're still walking into Sevy, who gets himself another multi-frag. The guy just seems to be a menace. When he's good for one, he's good for a whole lot more. It's just so promising right now. He's been so influential. I mean, one of those 4K rounds has been on Catwalk, another one towards B. He seems very, very fluid throughout the map, kind of in the Redragon's face every which way. And when you get to that point, like you said, it can feel like you're kind of out of control.
Yeah, and paiN are really starting to suck the air out of the atmosphere here, not letting Redragon breathe any space, but in come Pro Show and FP1. 2 early picks down middle. Big Uzera trying to stabilize things, does get the opening kill into the player Xbox and wisely backs off. That nade can do a little bit as well. Skull swings out wide, only able to pick up 1 as well, but Big U still holding back on Catwalk. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the round. All headshots and all Big Uzera. Double lot picked up as well. And paiN Gaming really bringing it now. Took them a little bit to start off in this one. They did 16-1 their previous opposition in this bracket. So maybe they had a little bit too long of a cooldown period between that map and this one. But they've really turned on the Jets now. Zevy, who started, now Big U's pulling up to the party. And Redragon are having no success lately. They've been on pistols about every other round for the last 4. And B appears to be their target. And Pro Show gets picked off by Zevy, Skeet shooting up through mid doors. And he's not going to get away with that. Up. Not against Zevy.
Not a chance in this world. They're going to move out towards B. Right now, you got Hardzow, though, playing Gatekeeper here, denying it. PKL in the secondary as well, helping out. But they've actually made it past with the flashbangs. Effective. They still got to get past the duo, though. Hardzow helping out. PKL. Zevy nailing some nice shots. He gets himself another 3K. This guy's having a monster performance right now. 16-6 at the moment. And my question was, you know, how on earth are paiN Gaming going to outdo themselves by getting rid of Nithon? Somehow they just always manage to find these insane offers. At least that's what I'm getting out of Zevy right now. This guy's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, very clean, very precise, and very quick. Doesn't make many misses, has very solid positioning, isn't afraid to hold that same angle for a second kill either. And it's been a pleasure to watch him play so far. PKL blind as a bat, retreating down into pit. Skulls does get 1, but FP1 only good for 1. Traded out nicely, but FTX comes through up on Catwalk. Zevy not going to be a threat in this round. Hardzow stuck on B, trying to figure out if he's going to get pincered or if he only has to watch one angle. It's in for the mid split, though, onto the B side from Redragon, and there's no players in towards mid just yet. Big U dropping through, can spray down. Nose are coming now with that Molotov, telegraphing this hit, and now Hardzow knows what's coming for him too, but he's very low on health. Has an opportunity for 1. Lands that shot, brings it to a 2v2, but the bomb's going down under window. It's a nice tunnels plant wide open for tons, car. Even if somebody just wants to sit under window, play the rat position. But look at the position of Pro Show here. Oh, they did, yeah. That's a great read to smoke that off. Great. Oh, what? What?
Oh.
I wish I got to see that.
Yeah, I missed it. He might have just spammed. He could have been on top of Xbox as well, though. Caught him over the smoke. That's my best guess.
Yeah, if he hopped up on top of Xbox to get the reposition around that smoke, that's a brilliant call by Pro Show.
Oh, great work right there. I mean, honestly, saving the day right there. If that's a 1-for-1 trade on the site for the side of paiN Gaming, then they're kind of in the advantage. Still have to deal with that bomb, but good recovery of what was a pretty tricky start to that round. They got thwarted at long very early on. They're still able to get past it, but this round, they don't get thwarted at long. They're able to gather a lot of that control, crucially so. Really meeting no resistance. They still have Zevi to deal with on catwalk. Now they're gonna start to become aware of the fact that long is some sort of real estate Redragon are interested in.
It's the first time they've really grouped up long in a while. They did have that pit rush a couple of rounds ago, but other than that, it's been mainly cat and mid, with a little bit of tons control from one or two players isolated into those later B hits. But it was a good read by Redragon to try the long control again. They gained all that space for free. Zevi's kind of lost out towards Catwalk, trying to come back and have a little more impact, getting in towards Gandalf. Skulls. It's a little bit of that nade damage, but he's got to get at least 2 here. They're going to isolate one player out towards Tons, but Skulls goes down for free. Zevi stuck out into the open now, running around the Molotov, keeping the players at bay from behind on Cat. Hardzow coming through as well, but the bomb's going to go down, and I think Hardzow's juggling HGs up onto Catwalk to give him a little more of an artillery strike here as those digits are punched through. And it's a 4v4 retake onto A. That nade could have done a little more.
There's 3 people on Goose, so it forced them into this position. Now they're getting trapped and bombarded with HGs. They're all very low as well. Luckily, ProShow does do some bailing out by covering the cross, but still 2 players on Goose. It's hard to hold from this position. Peeking in, Peak Gale spots 2. Trades do come through as well, and now smoking off the bomb. This is everything. ProShow needs some shots in the dark here with the kit in hand. He's close to it, but not on the mark. And Bigu going to shut things down right there just in time for paiN Gaming to close out another round. 9 now on the board.
9-5, could be a 10-5 here. And remember when it was 4-2 for Redragon?
Lost it.
This one's got away. It's the one that got away for him here. Even a 9-6 at this point is a disappointing half. They had so much in their control, and they just got shut down by the likes of Zevi. Big Hughes really started to show up too. ProShow with the scout takes a shot down range, and he'll go for a jump peek. He's got to be careful, as it's not the first time he'd be picked off at that kind of an angle. And a little bit. Oh wait, Hardzow's playing out towards Chainlink. I like the reposition here. He hasn't played that angle so far, and Redragon haven't really used any utility for it. Zevi's got to be careful not to get caught out. 2 dodges a bullet quite literally, and retreats back towards the A site. Only 1 player on the B site, and nobody really even that close. PKL coming in a little bit later. Nice peek by Hardzow. Swings for the second as well. Has the spot, has the 2-piece. And that just puts Redragon down behind the 8-ball in this round and on this half. Double digits looking likely for paiN.
Yeah, we've been highlighting some of the new guns here on the rosters, but Hardzow has been just as steady as he ever is. Same with Big U, right? These guys are playing very well, as expected. And that's always a good sign. Right now, like you said, it just looks like this half kind of got away with them. 5 at the max, and they won pistol and an eco. That's kind of hard to imagine. Zevi getting that smoke down, though. He's had this position once before. This time he's going to get spammed out of it, though. They've adapted, they've learned, and now there's sight and control. A lot of HE damage being done, and the Molly to follow suit. This is so much util. ProShow going to be burning down to 8 HP, still walking, but just barely.
Nice pickup by PKL, spots the shoulder. Big U clearing out towards Catwalk. Hardzow coming in Cat as well. Takes down the first, only 1 man standing out towards elbow, closing in towards barrels. FTX with a couple big ones, looking for a third. Has it to a 1v1 now, down to Hardzow. Steady, the steady rock of paiN, and he's gonna spray him down into the red with 4 kills on the board. It's Hardzow to save the day. He opened it and he closed it. Bookends for Hardzow. A 10-5 half. An incredible response for paiN, considering how things went for them in the early going. Losing those first 3 rounds, winning 2 back, and then losing to an AK hero buy, essentially. But boy, did they recover in spades, and Redragon were never really able to get anything more despite that promising start. And that's just BM.
I actually do think that Zal was he didn't get a kill that half. I don't think.
He got 1.
He got 1. Okay,
that's
1
good. 13.
Yeah, which at least he did get his kill in the end, but all of it not too meaningful at the end of the day, right?
Yep.
Right now you're staring down the barrel of a 5-10 half, and with these new changes on Dust, it has become a little more CT sided. We'll see if that comes into effect, because right now paiN Gaming are playing tip top shape.
And there's going to be a collapse into tunnels. It's well timed and well read, but PKL skulls and hards out, getting a couple FP1, trying to back his way out of tunnels, and he will get one more for his troubles on the retreat. Zevi taken down as well, and Redragon, both pistol rounds claimed in this one. No bomb plan means no force buy from paiN. And at the very least, 7 on the board before paiN can get guns up for Redragon. They're going to go heavy on the buy again. They like these very heavy investments on those second rounds. A scout for Pro Show. We'll see what he can do with that against the Glocks of paiN Gaming. But as it stands right now, Redragon have given themselves that first real big check mark on the list of things to do to come back from a 10-5 deficit.
I think people have kind of formalized the best of one upsets. Oh my god. Pro Show taking some battles towards the middle here. He's still peeking though and on very low HP. FTX. Gonna spam them all down with the FAMAS. Should be able to finish the job there nice and easy, but winning both pistols on a best of one, it can very quickly, you know, get you a big upset. And I think that's what Redragon have just given themselves, you know, a little bit of a lifeline here. They still gonna have to pass this kind of last test to equalize that scoreline, and that's dealing with this AK buy. We'll see if they're available to do that here. Just holding onto a couple FAMASs and scouts is very workable with investments like this, but make sure that they can close this out.
Little B control, little passive A control from paiN. No real pressure out towards middle aside from that initial jump peak by PKL. Cat pushing coming through from FTX, though. He's got to be careful. He does have FP1 in a bit of a supporting position, but if he goes too far, if he overextends his neck a little too soon, he's going to get punished, and that leads to an opening pick. Great nade, though. In comes the first pick. Zevi will trade out the player up on Catwalk, but in comes FP1 to try and get that man advantage back. He'll end up retreating back towards Catwalk instead into this 4v4, but that nade damage really helping out. And our paiN got to dry peek long. Surely they're not going to dry peek long and give this to Souza, who only does get one, but still 3v3 with those health low players on paiN in PKL and Zevi. Gives the opportunity to Redragon to really get that big lead coming back into this first half or second half and try and steal the lead back away. I mean, a win here basically gets them 4. So 9-10 before paiN can get guns up again.
CT smoke, I got blocked as well, so that's promising here. And playing right on top of that is Pro Show. That's a great angle to offer up coverage. 30 seconds left on the clock, and there's no way they can make it up long, right? And I think they know that. They're going to have to take a different approach. And with 25 now, it very much so limits their options. Now footsteps being heard here, and ready is Ernzik, but he gets taken care of. Skulls, here's another raider on the corner. Can there be a trade for PKL? You're just going to see Pro Show run off in the distance and try and beat them towards tunnels here. FP1 already ready to deal with PKL, and will shut him down. A couple AKs to grab as well, and Redragon's just solidifying themselves a case. Make this more interesting than that first half ended up being.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be over pretty quickly after that first half. The paiN were going to be able to take the pistol round, then spur on forward. This gun round leaves a lot to be desired, and Redragon starting to really put some numbers up right now. They'll have a free round here, unless something crazy comes through, like we saw back on round number 4. Was it round number 6 of the round number 5 of the last half? But this should be a 9-10 scoreline. paiN will get guns up again. That's nice from Pro Show. Not on the sniper rifle, just playing like it's aimbots right now. Hitting all those heads. 4 for him on the round. It's just those delicious eco frags that really boost up the momentum and the confidence of the team and the player. And FTX will get that last very clean round from Redragon. And here we go now where the rubber really meets the road for paiN. They cannot afford to lose this one if they do not want to face something that Astralis faced, the BO1 upsets. So you've got to win this round.
Yeah, there's plenty more RMR to go, right? So this isn't the end of the road for any of these teams, but it's still not a good look. You want to make it through these best of one phase, at least try and, you know, get to those best of 3s if you're a namesake team like paiN Gaming here. But look at this. Zevi pressured off the angle. Gonna find one in a second. That's disgusting stuff. What a way to kick the round off right there. Just dealing with that mid-aggression. And now off the back of that, hard out patience paying off. He'll find himself another. a 2-on-5 left to pick up the pieces here. And one of those players has been struggling a little bit, but looking to revise that. Oh, man. Big just deletes him. And that is quite a response right there for paiN Gaming.
It's a great response for paiN Gaming, and it's Zevi to be that catalyst again for him. He's been a very impactful player, winning very secure and very necessary rounds for him. His opping aggression is very good, but he doesn't over-aggress there. He's on 4 HP. He still takes the fight, but he doesn't overstick. He peeks to a certain extent, holds, spots, clicks. It's very concise opping, and I'm excited to see how they're going to do moving forward through the RMRs and everything else that paiN's slated to play in, because Zevi's looking like a very good prospect to me, and just goes to show the prowess of the paiN scouting department. That's a nice shot from ProShow, though. Catches PKL looking the wrong way, got a little too comfy. Wasn't afraid of middle anymore, and ProShow will reinstill that fear just a little bit longer. Redragon, though, not playing as hyper-aggressive as they had in the last couple of rounds, and that opening pick do set themselves up for success to cut that deficit down to only 1 round again. But paiN, slow and steady, patient, trying to win the race.
Definitely playing this one a lot slower than the previous year, and off the back of that, Redragon gathering themselves that 4v5. They can kind of afford to play in these passive positions. FP1 catches Big U trying to swing favor back in his direction, but Zevi now looking to trade, does so quite nicely, quite quickly. Still, though, 2 players left on this B-bomb site to deal with here. Zevi's posted up towards window, and look how interested burnzik looks at peeking into this. If they do so, it could be dangerous. They're going to walk up and split in towards this B site.
It's a great opener from Hard Zao. Cannot get the second, but Scholes is there for the trade. Zevi's got the bomb, and he's punching that one down to Pater. Time's going to start ticking away. His 40 seconds now marked. 1 kit for Souza. Op and rifle on each side into a B side retake with all the utility for Redragon. Molotov, 4 flashes. The HE going to go through and do no damage. But Zevi towards back site. It's in a good spot to shut him down with the angle. Skulls has a nice little angle through the smoke as well. The flash will be dodged easily. He's not cleared, a little belabored, but he gets 1. Not the second, though, down to 2 HP. Has the call been made? Is Zevi on the pistol? He is, but he's caught! And there's more than enough time for ProShow, who clutches up against his counterpart. And Redragon are not fading out just yet. He'll grab the op again and tie Zevi's kill count, too. It's the battle of the oppers for both sides. And one of the most critical goes the way of ProShow.
That is absolutely sick right there from ProShow. A 1-on-2. I mean, we talked about the likelihood of B-side retakes and even scenarios, but a 1-on-2 is asked of him right there, and he gets the job done. That is fantastic work. Zevi, anxious for revenge, though. Does catch his shoulder, lands 2 tags with the AWP, re-peeking in the battle between these 2 players. It just continues. And this time, Zevi gets his revenge.
Very aggressive peeking, but he's hitting the shots. It's working out really well for him. And he's giving paiN lifelines here. The only reason they even had a chance in the last round was because of that trade onto the mid player. So, I think Zevi's doing more than enough right now. Needs somebody to help him out. PKL traded out nicely. FP1 doubles down. And into another 2v2, but look at the health on burnzik. The bomb out in an exposed position, though. Big U spots the shoulder. That now opens the round, but burnzik has the op in a 1v2. The bomb on his sights, though, and that is the major problem. Zevi trying to distract enough, trying to give Big Uzera the angle, the ability to go recover the bomb or get the trade. Either way, they're now going to group up as there's about 42 on the clock. Regroup, recover the objective, and get this thing going. Might even just be a save for burnzik now. The health is low. He's gone, baby, gone all the way out through B tons. Bomb's going to go down. This one's going to be over in 40. And paiN are going to keep their lead again, just staying ahead by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, I don't think we got another 1v2. He just has no interest in going for this. And I felt like there was a couple of opportunities. paiN Gaming playing a weird game right now. I'm not going to lie. A lot of contacting, a lot of, just hoping that you can rely on some of that aim to carry you through it. And it's working in some sense, but I'm taking a look at some of the utility in these rounds. and they're dry peeking the cross after finding that second pick and
Yeah.
you know, not smoking it, and that's a little bit bizarre for my taste. They get away with it though, and that's all well that ends well for them. But
I
still,
agree.
scary stuff.
But the thing is, to quote the great Joshua Steele Nissan, don't justify a bad play just because it worked.
There you go.
It's risky. And the thing is, it's not always going to work. I think they play the winner of Isurus 9Z in their next round. Is this kind of a dry peak going to work against those guys?
They definitely not. Absolutely, it's gonna definitely offer up a lot of limitations. That's for sure. Got to be careful about how they're playing about this one. Maybe all of those 16-1 and 16-0 victories have just left some habits they've got to shake. The
Yeah,
op
maybe they got a
immediately
little
getting tossed over
complacent.
to Pro Show. Oh, and they're gonna buy off the back of that. Tossed an A1S over to Burnzik. This is a hefty investment here. A massive risk from Redragon. Oh
Oh,
boy.
I don't like it. I'm scared. This is going all in here. They're pushing all the chips into the table and seeing if they can call the bluff here. paiN. They don't know how free this is to get to 14. You win this round, it's 14. All they have to do is not get caught out. All they have to do is follow their protocols.
No. Exactly right. The pathway is definitely there, but it might be narrowing. What a pick right there. Burnzik gonna take down Skulls. Does drop the bomb, but it's not really to their knowledge. They'll be retrieved by Zevi here. Bomb, or rather gun disposal duty. Making sure that stays out of the hands of CTs any further. They've got themselves pushed close in towards Longhouse as well. And they've got the op of Pro Show covering the catwalk here. They've got a lot of good potential to steal around out of the hat. And this massive risk that they've taken could just pay off for them.
And the thing is, too, the fact that that kill comes through with the M4 damage and then the nade finishing it off, paiN don't realize there's 3 deagles in play here. They also don't know the ops in play either. But they're coming in under the assumption that this is probably a full buy. Now they're going to bust in towards B. There's 2 players here. Neither has revealed his position. Now comes the swing at Hardzao. Will collect the first. Out and towards Carr. Will grab the second, too. PK a little low, but Big U's waiting, lurking in middle, doesn't get cleared out. And now things are starting to turn back the way of paiN Gaming. Redragon getting obliterated on the B-side hole. The rotator gets caught out, and it saved the op time for Redragon. They cannot lose that on Pro Show. They've lost Soza as well. That op has to save in towards Longhouse. And there's a hunt on. It's Big U's era leading the charge. And he seems to have been heard, and he will go down. Free, easy pickings there for Pro Show, shooting fish in a barrel. But Hardzao now it's going to catch him on the move. The op is gone. And so is the hope for Redragon in the next round. Pistols, stock pistols are their play. And paiN Gaming with a very easy 14th on the cards. This is the chance for them to stabilize this one and move on.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that for a path to 14. Getting closer to closing this one out. Making your way onto the best of 3s right there is definitely looking like a reality. They're just going to deal with a little bit of lower aggression here, and they are ready for it. PKL going to mop up here. They've got a couple players moving up towards upper. And it's nice and clean, tidy. Flawless coming through from paiN Gaming camp here as we swiftly move on to our 25th round.
All M4s, no op, no kit, a smattering of util. This is about as awkward as it gets, isn't it?
Yeah, that's brutal, right? I mean, this is kind of an all-important round for them. If they drop this, they're going to be dealing with pots and pans in the next. And Zevi does try for a pick here towards long. Doesn't collect, doesn't connect. That control will go in the way of the CTs for now. They have a player that's crossed in. Nice catch right there. Salza Hasn't had too much impact, but it's never too late to start.
Better late than never. Now, what a time would it be now to try and salvage things for the squad. Lots of damage done onto skulls as well. And paiN starting to hemorrhage a little bit. Having a bit of trouble closing this one out. They've had multiple opportunities to really establish dominance, and they have not really achieved that goal. They're going towards this mid-death ball. One up on the lurk on Cat is PKL. FP1's in a good spot, too. A little bit of an off-angle. Flashed into the open, though. And Big U will say thank you very much. I'll even this up to 4 apiece. And Skulls is going to pick up that op there. Bogdan's Law coming through. And an ace-site take all 4 players up catwalk. Pro Show can ruin their day. Drops the smoke. Has the angle. Utility flying through. PKL dropping down. Pro Show shows. And PKL spots the shadow. Spots him out. Takes him down. Cat plant coming through, and now paiN looking to stabilize things here. And for Redragon, do you even attempt this retake? You have 2 all the way on the B site. Another player out towards Pit, who's probably a lost cause at this point. Big U's just trying to bait him. I love this. He says, hey, I'm here. Come get me. But they're gone.
Oh, man. That's tough, right? You had the man advantage. You did so much damage to Skulls, and then all off of back of a beautiful flash play coming through from Skulls, and then that one entry, that one play from PKL, kind of setting himself to near certain death, diving in through CT. Hold that thought. They're not even going to be guaranteed to hold on to all of these guns. PKL silently lurked up in towards the B bomb site, could catch some backs turned here. They're starting to make noise. Everyone okay for now. What a tough pill to swallow, though. Calling a save in a 3-on-4. Giving over map point elimination on the line here for Redragon.
A scout, an AK, 2 M4s, make it 3. But the utility is very light. At least they do have 2 kits this time. That's an improvement. But the health is not going their way. 2 tags for Zevi through the mid doors. And he might even go for a third. Nades exchanged out towards tunnels. But Zevi's tagging him. All they got to do is put him in the bag this time. Zevi really helping out his boys over on paiN. His new teammates. As they spread across the map in the early going. Leaving the bomb at T-spawn. Not wanting to take a real contented fight. The B broadsides do not go the way of Skulls, who's tagged down to quite literally half HP. And this contact play from paiN is not working too well in the early going. And they still don't have the bomb, so they can go anywhere they want. But it seems they really want to pressure towards A.
Yeah, one thing to note, though, right now is there's a couple of HP bars here on the Redragon and a lot of map control for paiN Gaming. That's a pretty deadly combination. And that's a pretty easy pathway for paiN Gaming to close this map out here. And now all they have to do is do a little bit of damage to Pro Show. A couple of those rotates will be very low, and they even have a pincer here. Skulls going to be lurking in towards long.
That's a great aggressive play from FP1, though they need somebody to play aggressive, take a big gamble. Hards out trades, and Pro Show tagged and almost bagged, but he's got an angle on Hards out through the boxes. And the smoke will give him a little bit of an angle too. Soza holding back towards Pit, cleared out by Skulls, but actually no. Skulls goes back before he can fully clear the long angle. Zevi mowed down, gets one from the grave, but burns it with the last 2. And Redragon, after a very tough pill in the prior round, are able to strike back as I feel like paiN got a little lost in that round, lost in the ocean of time and map control, and weren't really able to do anything. That was kind of just contact up onto the site too. Concerning take there from the T side.
Yeah. I have to agree with you, right? I mean, Pro Show right there did an incredible job of finding his kill and staying alive. That's what really threw that all awry. So massive work from him. Hearts out. That is insane. Extremely risky play right there, but he walks away only 16 HP lighter, so not the end of the world. Still looks like paiN Gaming looks to pick up the pace a little bit quicker than their previous round here. A fast-paced move towards the B side. They're going to go right through the smoke.
I don't hate it if they were on pistols, but since they're on guns, it's a very risky maneuver, and they do get the initial trade, but they still have another player to deal with on the side. They have, and the lurk's been cut out as well. That's a nice play by PKL as things are spiraling out of control for Redragon. 2v4 retake on the B site is just about a death sentence. Souza up over top. Peeking in towards window, looking to find something, any bit of success. They have no flashes. The Molotov buys more time. The nades will ring through. There's still the lurker and towards middle. Projo with an no-scope. But it's all down to one and now none. That is all she wrote for the side of Redragon here as they get shut down by paiN.